Hi all, welcome to the today's GATE coaching session. Myself Veena, Department of Information Technology, SA Engineering College, working as an assistant professor. Today we are going to discuss about the topic called sorting in algorithm. So let us go to the topic. So sorting is an algorithm that is mounted to arrange the elements in a sequence order. So the elements may be either the numerical elements or lexicographical elements. So lexicographical is nothing but it is called as an alphabetical elements. Okay, so this can be either arranged in a ascending order or it can be arranged in a descending order according to the sequence. So basically when you are considering the sorting algorithm, the elements will be in an unsorted manner. So these elements can be arranged as a sorted elements. So here why we are using sorting? So the important thing is sorting is used for easier searching. So here the data can be visualized in a better manner. It simplifies the data analysis and decision making capacity. So that is why we are going for the sorting. Okay, so basically we are going to discuss about the importance of sorting. So why we are going for sorting, why it is important? So it organizes the sorting organizes the data for efficient searching. So it improves the presentations of data, it reduces the complexity of algorithm, and the basics for algorithm in database ML will be a OS scheduling and OS scheduling. So here this is the importance of sorting. So basics for algorithms in database ML and OS scheduling will be considered while we are having a sorting in the algorithms. So now we are going to discuss about the types of sorting. Basically there are 4 types of sorting. So the first one is called as an internal sorting. So internal sorting in the sense all the data will fit in the memory. So we need not have any external disk for it. So second one is called as a external sorting. So external sorting is where the data are stored in the external memory. So the external memories are like disk. And the third one is called as a stable sorting. So stable sorting will maintain the order of equal elements. The next one is called as a unstable sorting. So unstable sorting, it may change the order of equal elements. So these are all the types of sorting. So then we are coming to the classifications of sorting algorithms. Basically the sorting algorithms can be classified into these 3 categories. So first category is called as a simple sort. So simple sort, the examples are bubble sort, insertion sort and selection sort. Then efficient sort. So in efficient sort you have merge sort, quick sort and heap sort. Non-comparison sort is nothing but counting sort, radix sort and bucket sort. So we are going to discuss basically about the bubble sort. So bubble sort is the simplest sorting algorithm that works by repeatedly swapping the adjacent element if it is in a wrong order. So if basically the elements are in the wrong order, then you can use bubble sort, which is very simple sort. It will check each element and it will identify whether it is in a wrong position or not. If it is in a wrong position, it will be arranging it in a correct order. So we are going to discuss about the steps. So we have basically 5 steps. So step 1 is we are going to check if the first element in the input array is greater than the next element in the array or not. Yes, step 2 is if it is greater, then we are going to swap the 2 elements. Otherwise, move the pointer forward in the array. So step 3 is repeat step 2 until we reach the end of the array. So step 4 is if after sorting everything we will be coming to the step 4. So in step 4 we will check if the elements are sorted. If it is sorted, well and good, we will finish it with step 5. If the element is not sorted, then we will be repeating the same process from step 1 to step 3 until all the elements in the array is sorted. So these are all the steps we have in the bubble sort. So this is one of the example that we have in the bubble sort. So first we are considering 5, 6, 1, 3. These are all called as the elements of the bubble sort. So now we are going into discussion. In the first iteration, the first two elements 5 and 6 will be compared. So when we are considering 6 and 5, it is in a correct order. So now moving to the second iteration, I equal to 1. So here we will be comparing other two elements. One is 6, the other one is 1. So here when we are comparing the 6 and 1, your 1 is lesser than 6. Then we will be swapping those two elements. So in the second iteration, when you consider the sorting, you have 5 in the 0th position, 1 is in the first position, 6 in the second position and 3 in the 4th position. So this is the end of the first iteration. Then we are coming to the second iteration, your I equal to 2. So now here we are checking the two elements. The first element is 6 and the second element is 3. So 6 is greater than 3. Then what we will be doing, we will be sorting or we will be arranging the values or swapping the values of 6 and 3. So now after completion of iteration 2, your sorting element, your array will be like this: 5, 1, 3 and 6. So this is until your step 3. Okay, so we will move till the end of the array for sorting. Once if the end of the array is reached, what we will be doing, we will be checking the elements whether all the elements are on the sorted order or not. If it doesn't have, if it is not arranged in the sorted order, then again we will be following from step 1 to step 5. Okay, so at the end of the second iteration, when we are having and when we are checking, the first element is 5, second one is 1, 3 and 6. So when you are considering this, it is in a unsorted manner again. So now your iteration will be continuing. So the second iteration, when you are considering your iteration 0 equal to 0, so when you are swapping two elements, your 5 and 1, at the end of the 0th iteration, your value will be 1, 5, 3 and 6. So your iteration I equal to 1, when you are comparing the two elements 5 and 3, it is not in a sorted order. So then we will swap it. Till the end of the element, we will be swapping and we will be checking whether all the elements is arranged in a sorted manner or not. So this is called as a bubble sort. In bubble sort, we will be moving only one element at a time. So after the third iteration, your values are all correct. So if values are all correct, we will be finishing it with the step 5. So this is called as your bubble sort. So now we are going to discuss about the quick sort. So quick sort is nothing but it follows a methodology called divide and conquer methodology. So here it selects a pivot element which will be considered as a middle element, and if all the values which is less than the pivot value will be moved towards the left side of the array, and the value which is greater than the pivot value will be moved to the right side of the array. So by doing this, the basic advantage is more efficiency will be there when you are considering the bubble sort. So here the thing is done recursively and till all the arrays or all the elements of the array are sorted. So it is one of the most fastest and most widely used sorting algorithm for a large data set. Here basically there are 5 steps. So first step is you are going to choose the pivot element, which is very important, which is called as a middle element of any particular array. So next one, after finding out the pivot element, we will be partitioning the array into 2 sub arrays. So first one is the element which is less than the pivot will be placed at the left side of the array, and the elements greater than the pivot will be placed at the right side of the array. So place the pivot in the correct position, sorted position. Then recursively apply the quicksort to the left side and right side subarray until all the arrays are sorted. So after sorting your left side and right side subarrays, you are going to combine it and you will be producing the final sorted array. So this is the steps that we are going to follow for the quicksort. So this is the example we are considering for the quicksort. So in this example we have 5 elements starting from a of 0 to a of 4. So your a of 0 will be 10, a of 1 will be 80, a of 2 will be 30, a of 3 will be 90, and a of 4 will be 40. So first we are going to select the pivot element. So in this example we have selected the pivot element as 40, and then we are going to find out the I value and j value. So before starting the iteration, we will fix the I value as -1, which is the starting of the array, and we will be fixing the j value as 1, which is called as the first element of the array. So this is the method we will be using. Then in step 2 we will be analyzing. So your array of j is less than pivot 10. So here we are considering the value of j to be 10 and your array of I. So we will be checking until the end of the array. Okay. So here the pivot element is 40, which is 10 or less than. You will be comparing here as array of j, which is less than pivot 10, less than 40. So here the pivot value is considered to be 40 and the array value of j will be considered as 10. So your 10 is less than 40, which is correct, so that your 10 value will be placed in the same position. So in the next we will be checking your I value will be incremented as 1 and your j value will be incremented as your I value will be incremented as 0 and your j value will be incremented as 1. So here a of I will be 10 and a of j will be 80. So here the array will be checked for its pivot value. So at the second position we will be checking the value 80. Your 10 is greater than 80. The positions are correct. So that we fix the position here and we will be incrementing the value of I and we will be incrementing the value of j. So in the next step we will be comparing the I value and j value. So here in the comparison your I value is 80 and your j value is 30. So when you are considering here, so the greater value should be placed at the right hand side. So what we are doing, we are swapping the 80 with 30. So after this swapping, your stack will be, your array will be 10, 30, 80 and 90. Then your j value will be incremented. Your j value will be incremented and your j value will be in third position. So it will be compared with 30. 30 is less than 90. The positions are correct. Then your pivot value will be compared. Okay, so 80 will be compared with 40. So 80 will, when you are comparing the 80 and 40, here 40 is lesser and it is called as a pivot value. So because of this, we are positioning the pivot value at the correct position to be as 40. So this is called as a quicksort. So after fixing, the right side will be executed separately and the sorting will be done separately and the left side sorting will be done separately. So here your 40 will be the middle point and the left hand side will be 10 and 30, your right hand side will be 90 and 80. So after fixing the pivot in its position, we will be exchanging or swapping the values if it is in a wrong position, or we will leave it if it is in a correct position. When we are considering here, the right side values are variant. So here you have 90 and 80, so that we will be swapping the elements of 90 and 80 in the next recursion. So this is called as a quicksort. So third option is called as a merge sort. So merge sort, here also we will be using a divide and conquer technology. So in merge sort, we will first divide all the arrays into equal halves, and then we will combine them in a sorted manner. Okay, so the worst case time complexity is n log n for merge sort. So it is one of the most used and appropriate algorithm, that is important algorithm that we are using in the sorting methodology. So when we are considering the merge sort, we have unsorted array. The unsorted array is 70, 30, 50 and 10. So here you have 4 values, 4 elements in the array. So now it will be divided into 2 halves. Here 2 halves is 70 and 30 will be taken in the left hand side, 50 and 10 will be taken in the right hand side. Further it will be divided. So when you divide further 70 and 30, you will have single element as 70 and single element as 30 in the left and right hand side. The same way it will be divided on the right hand side node. So after division, so here the values are sorted and then the values are combined here. That is why we are using the method called divide and conquer merge. So here we are merging all the unsorted values in a sorted manner. So after the completion of merge sort, all the arrays, all the values or all the elements will be in a sorted array. So when we are considering the time complexity for these 3 sorting algorithms, when you are considering the bubble sort, your best case will be order of n and average case will be order of n squared, worst case will be order of n squared, space complexity will be order of 1, and whether it is stable or not means it is stable. So second one is called as a quicksort. Quicksort means, so when we are considering the best case of quicksort, it is order of n log n, average case is order of n log n, worst case is order of n squared, space complexity is order of log n. Whether it is considered as stable or not means it is not considered as a stable algorithm. So last we are going to discuss about the merge sort. So in the merge sort, the best case is order of n log n, average case is order of n log n, worst case is also order of n log n, where we are considering the space complexity to be order of n, and stable, whether we are considering it is as stable or not, here it is a stable one. Okay, so we are considering it as yes. So we are going to discuss about the advantages and applications of sorting algorithm. The advantages are, it is faster searching, data organization will be good, efficient data will be the data will be processed in an efficient manner, performance will be improved, and the decision making will be good when we are considering the sorting algorithms. So where and all it is used, the applications are database management, searching optimization, e-commerce and online stores, scheduling and task management, data analysis and reporting. So these are all the places where we will be applying the sorting algorithms. So now coming to the gate question. So the first question is, which of the following sorting algorithm is stable? Option A is quicksort, B is heap sort, C is merge sort, and D is selection sort. So the answer is merge sort. So merge sort is always considered to be a stable algorithm for a sorting one. So second question is, quicksort is an example of selection sort, divide and conquer, bubble sort, counting sort. So here quicksort is an example of divide and conquer algorithm. It is a methodology where all the values will be divided, conquered, and then the values will be merged. So the third question is, which sorting algorithm has order of n log n complexity in all the cases? So option A is quicksort, option B is insertion sort, option C is bubble sort, option D is merge sort. Merge sort is algorithm where we have best case, worst case, and the time complexity, everything is to be considered as order of n log n. So fourth one is merge sort is a preferred over quick sort. When? So when the merge sort will be preferred over the quick sort and when. So first option is memory is limited. Second option is data is merely sorted. Third option is stability is required. And fourth option is data set is very small. So here the answer is stability is required. So fifth question is, in quicksort, choosing the pivot as the first element for an already sorted array result in best case, option B worst case, option C average case, option D cannot determine. Here the answer will be B. So worst case, that is the answer. So sixth question is, which of the following statement about the bubble sort is true? So first option, it is always faster than the quick sort. Second option is it works only on the sorted array. So option C is it is repeatedly swaps the adjacent element if they are in the wrong order. And option D is it uses divide and conquer approach. So when we are considering the bubble sorting algorithm, here option C is correct because it swaps the adjacent element if they are not in the correct position. If they are in the wrong order, it will keep on swapping. So that is the use of a bubble sort. So thank you. We will continue in the next session.